Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl, Midday Oni, the one and only. And you guys are back watching another episode of The Midday Show. Woo, woo, woo. Hope you guys are amazing and having a great week. Remember, what you put out is what you get back, honey. We have an amazing show in store for you guys today. Today, I'm sipping on some rosé, honey. Cheers. Get your tea, coffee, cocktails, whatever it is you guys are having, and let's get into it. Welcome to this part of the show called Fit Check, where we will be going through all the details of my outfit, top to bottom, baby. Let's get into it. So, as you can see, I'm giving sophisticated and grown today. I absolutely love this look. I'm going to give you guys a little spin. Oh, who's that? I absolutely love this outfit. It's sophisticated yet sexy. It's very demure. It's giving grown. It's giving talk to me nice. I absolutely love this fit. The whole outfit from top to bottom is from ASOS. I will link all the bits in the description box below. But this is definitely a very classy look, and that is my... I've been telling you guys that is my new bag. And I think that as I'm like getting fitter, losing weight, like just feeling my body more, I'm learning what suits me a lot more. And I think that this definitely complements my body. I don't have hips, but I feel like I'm giving a little bit of hips don't lie. I'm on tonight, you know my hips don't lie, and I'm dun 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 dun. I don't know the rest of the words, but you guys know what I mean. Obviously, it's giving booty, a big booty girl. Don't play with me, come on now. No, I just love this top so much because even though it's like off shoulder, I love the fact that the arms also fall down. When I try to put it up like this, so I'll show you guys. When I try to put it up like this, it just doesn't give the same weight as it does when it's down. Do you know what I mean? Like it just, like I said, it's just more demure. It's like, sometimes show your shoulders, ladies. Shoulders on women are very sexy, very elegant. And sometimes show them, you know? I love this skirt. I don't know if it's like the lace and the sheerness of it that just makes it very sexy, very elegant, very grown, but I absolutely love it. These heels are from Public Desire, but you can get them on ASOS. My hair was done by this amazing stylist called Elizabeth. If you guys want, in fact, I'm not even gonna say if you want her details, I'm just gonna put her number on the screen. She is available for bookings. She does not charge an arm and a leg. She's not these Instagram people that'll be saying, oh, you gotta pay £10 for every minute you're late. You can't bring your child. You can't bring your breath. You can't bring your bum. You can only bring your head. You have to blow dry everything out. You need to make sure that your lips are not dry when you come. Just ridiculous rules. She doesn't do that. And she did this in 2 hours. Yes, you heard me. Don't play with the aunties, you know. They will have you all the way together. But yes, this is the look. I just want to show you guys my ass. And yeah, that is it for Fit Check. Cheers. Welcome to this part of the show called The Gist, where we will be talking about everything that is happening in our society, celebrity gossip, political messes, whatever have you, locally, nationally, and globally. Let's get into it. First on the agenda, my big bro Asake. I'm still waiting for the passport, because you're still claiming that you're 28, and you are absolutely not 28. Sir. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. First of all, I want to big up Asake because the fact that this guy he basically blew up last year, and the fact that he was able to sell out the O2 Arena is an achievement in itself. Round of applause to you, Asake. Big up you. Naija know they carry last. Okay? So Asake had a concert. I've been talking about this concert for ages. Unfortunately, I didn't attend the concert because life was lifing. Like, I had so many things going on and I kept postponing buying the ticket until eventually there were no tickets to buy. It was completely sold out. Getting tickets was like gold dust. It was absolutely impossible. So I had to resort to watching it online, and boy, am I glad I watched it online and did not pay £100 to go to that, or £100 plus to go to that event. Olola Demi Asake, everything that I'm about to say is said with love. First of all, this plane that you came on, be fucking for real. 10 minutes it took you to come down on the plane, sir. Why? 10 minutes. So imagine I was doing some work as I was watching the concert, and I remember just like there was a point where I was so engrossed in what I was doing and I was typing away. I looked up, the plane was still zoom, 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 zoom. Kilode, 10 minutes for you to get down off of the plane. You should have just, it would have been better if you just came in on a motorcycle and then just started performing. Because this was absolutely ridiculous. Like I said, all this is said in love. You know you're my big bro. But that was fucking ridiculous. Yeah? Next point. I have seen Asake twice in a real life. And he is, like I've said before, an amazing entertainer. Like, no faults. However, at the O2 Arena, I don't know what was going on, but this was his laziest performance to date. There was no stage presence. There was no stamina. You know, Asake is known for his leg work. I didn't see one leg move. All he kept doing was this. I was just like, when are you going to fly off the stage? When are you going to jump into the crowd? When are you going to fly high that your head touches the ceiling? We didn't see any of it. Hence why I have concluded that it was his laziest performance yet. I don't know if he was sober. Maybe that was the problem, because usually he's you know, in the sky. I don't know if he was sober. I don't know what was going on, but it was very underwhelming. In my opinion, of course. The songs were too long. Asake, it was too long. One song, you sang every single song from top to finish. That's no. They don't do that in concerts. You sing the first verse and the chorus. That's it, and then you move on. It was just taking too long. And then on top of that, all the songs were just super slowed down. I didn't understand. So like, even when I was listening, I really clocked it in Trabaye. So you know, like the actual beat of Trabaye is Trabaye, na 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 Trabaye. His one's like Trabaye, na. Why was it so slow? I felt like I was in the opera. Come on. And I really wanted it to be great. I was expecting so much. My expectations were in the roof. And it was just very sad that it wasn't smashed. However, this is his first big, massive concert. So it's a learning curve. I know he's going to smash it the next time. And I will definitely be there. Because one thing about Asake, he learns from his mistakes. Because the first time he performed in Birmingham, everyone was saying how it was bad, it wasn't a great time. And then when he came to London in December last year, he stepped it up. He made sure the production was good, everything was good, and he gave a better show. So I'm really, really convinced that he will learn from this. But for me personally, I wasn't there. So if you guys were there, comment below what you would give it out of 10. But for me, watching it online, I'm going to give it a solid 5. I think that's fair. And before we move on from this topic, Tiwa Savage. I'm in love with this woman. She always looks phenomenal. Her outfit was mwah. Even me, I'm like, where can I get this outfit? I'm actually going to try and find it and recreate it for the show. I was like, where can I get this outfit? But when she opens her mouth, to sing, I was like, hey. I even had to rewind it, like, what am I hearing? Tiwa Savage, when will you get it right? The thing is, like, Tiwa Savage can sing, but like when she performs live is always terrible. And I'm just confused because she's been in this game for like nearly 20 years now. So should you, I don't have the words, but she looked phenomenal, but the singing was trash. But yeah, Asake, Ololademi Asake, everything Timon saw, I'm saying it out of love. Mo nife, mo love, ebi minye, I love you. But it didn't bang. I'm sorry. Next time. Love you. Moving on the topic of Afrobeat artists. Our brother Burna Boy had an interview and started basically chatting shit, essentially. I've watched this clip a couple times trying to understand the essence of what he's actually saying, and I feel as though he was genuinely chatting out of his ass. He basically went on to say that a lot of Afrobeat artists haven't experienced life, and when they make music, it's just about good times. It's not anything, there's no like substance to their music. It isn't a reflection of who they are and where they live. And I'm just like, Burna Boy, what are you talking about? First of all, there's actually nothing wrong with making feel-good music. Life is hard. Life is difficult. Life throws so many tomatoes at you on a regular basis. So for you to put on some music and just kind of like be in that feel-good moment, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with your purpose in life being there to entertain and to uplift other people? That was part of Jesus's role, to uplift. And one could argue that he has the biggest purpose in the world. Anyway, I digress. But Burna Boy was basically saying that, you know, there's no substance to Afrobeats music. And for me personally, it just sounds like I didn't have anything to say, so I'm just saying nonsense. Because subsequently, that would mean that your music has no substance either. Because you sing about Bese and Igbo and Shayo and all of these, like, what's the substance to your music then? Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like sometimes certain things just don't need to be said. And if you are gonna speak, like, speak with sense. You know, I'm a huge fan and I'm still gonna listen to your music, but you know, we gotta call it spade a spade. You're chatting shit. Do you know what I mean? I'm really, really confused as to what, because he was saying basically like artists need to give like a view or like their music should be a reflection of their lives. And when I think about Davido, when I think about Wizkid, when I think about all of these artists, they talk about their background, they talk about where they've come from, and they make feel-good music. That's why we go out. We want to dance. We want to feel good. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I think that this comment that you made, Burna Boy, should have been kept in the closet. So maybe you'll give second thoughts before you just say some very unconventional things. How can you, as an Afrobeats artist, say that Afrobeats music has no substance? It's sounding very coconutty. I'm just saying. But let's move on. Lucy Letby, the Wicked Witch, the baby murderer. This woman has killed 7 babies that we know of and has harmed 10. So in total, she has harmed 17 babies. Her killing spree started in 2015. And apparently she was on this killing spree for a year and a half and was only convicted this month in 2023. Her method of killing these babies included, but were not limited to, putting air embolisms into their bodies and therefore causing blocks in their bloodstream. She shoved a metal instrument down the throat of a baby. She poisoned them with insulin. And these are the methods that we know of. How can one be so evil? Disgusting human being. When I heard about this story, I literally had chills all over my body, because she started killing in 2015 that we know of. Apparently they're still doing investigations and they can find so many more children that she's killed. But she started her killing spree in 2015 and ended in August 2016. The chills that I got when reading up on this story, because my daughter was born in February 2016, and just to think, imagine if she was in the hospital where my daughter was born. God forbid. How can one be so wicked? She's been sentenced to life in prison, and she's the third woman in the history of the UK to be given such a sentence. And this is where it gets tricky. When she started her killing spree, I think 3 babies in, obviously the hospital were like, something's wrong, something is not right. And one of the consultants noticed that on every single shift that a baby had died, Lucy was on shift, and raised it as a concern. He raised the concern about 2 times, and each time was told, stop doing that, don't make a fuss, it isn't that, Lucy's a lovely woman. How can this white angelic being kill children? And they told him to basically just ignore it, essentially. It kept on happening. The third time he went again, as chief executive officer of the hospital, and said to them, something is going wrong. Again, instead of it being dealt with, he was told that he was bullying Lucy, and was actually told to apologize to this murderer. She was removed off the ward, and then was told that she can come back onto the ward. When she was removed off the ward, the killing stopped, the murder stopped, the death stopped, but they still thought to bring her back. Eventually, they consulted the police. Long story short, they consulted the police, and the police, within 5 minutes of hearing the story, the police were like, why weren't we informed about this earlier? There's definitely some sort of malpractice happening here. And then Lucy was removed from the ward completely. Lucy only got away with this because she was white. That is the only reason why she got away with this, because mind you, she started killing in 2015 and was only convicted of these murders 8 years later. Despite it being flagged at the time, she got convicted 8 years later. Despite the many complaints, despite the actual doctors coming forward and saying, oh, we suspect this woman because she's the only nurse that has been actively on shift, every single time a child has been killed or attempted to be harmed or whatever, she has been the person on shift. When the consultant went to the chief executive, his words, and I quote, "Not Lucy, nice Lucy. The media have said, how could a child murderer look like this? How could a child murderer look like an innocent white lady?" Let's take it back to history. There have been 3 instances in UK history where nurses have murdered babies. And they've all been white women. So when the media says, oh, this is not what we expect a murderer to look like, a child killer to look like, there's only been 3 instances where nurses have killed babies and they've all been white women. So what did you expect them to look like? If we're following the data, what did you expect them to look like? This woman is disgusting. I hope she rots in hell. Apparently there's been so many speculations as to why she did it. She was trying to get the attention of a doctor. You were trying to get the attention of a doctor, so you killed babies. She even killed 2 out of 3 triplets. Ugh. You have to be the spawn of the devil to do such a thing. Anyway, let's move on to the next slide because we have more to discuss. So, Dr. Schuller basically went online and said that the only reason why Lucy Letby got away with this for so long was because she was a white woman, which I 100% stand by. And people online, white people, then started to come for her. She was receiving backlash. And they were saying things along the lines of, how could she be spewing such hate? What has her race got to do with it? All of this nonsense. And do you know what it is, yeah, for me? The fact that a lot of white people do not acknowledge their privilege. There is no way on God's green earth, had this been an Asian woman, had this been a Latina woman, had this been any other race besides white, that she would have got away with this for 8 years. 8 years. Only got convicted 8 years after her crimes. Despite there being many complaints, despite the consultants coming forward saying that they are suspecting her XYZ. Only a white woman could have got away with this. I've said this before. There's only a certain demographic that can get away with certain things. And here is a clear example. So Dr. Schuller came online and said, basically, I would love to read this out. I am deeply regretful to those I've offended. Read my post on Lucy Letby. Please accept my regret at your lack of critical thinking skills, poor reading comprehensions, and being a despicable human who's more outraged at the truth of whiteness ideology than a baby murderer. Stay offended. Oh, Dr. Schuller. Dr. Schuller. Absolutely love the comeback. Because you cannot, as a white person, you cannot acknowledge your white privilege. You cannot see that certain things are overlooked because of the color of your skin. You're more offended by that than the fact that she has killed 7 children that we know of and harmed a further 10. Check yourself. Check your privilege and think before you speak. This should not have happened. The first time the consultant complains to matron or whoever was in charge, it should have been nipped in the bud from there. They should have taken her off the ward and started their investigations, whether or not they believed it, just for the sheer fact that they are people that are there to protect, save the lives of babies, not to harm. To cause no harm is what you're supposed to do as a nurse or a doctor. So if there was any sort of suspicion, she should have been removed off the ward. I have worked in a hospital for 2 years, and if there has been any complaint whatsoever, whether it's true or false, they will remove you off the ward and start their investigation. So why, and mind you, we were all black in that hospital. So why is it that this woman was accused of murder but wasn't removed off the ward? Food for thought. Like I said, I hope she rots in hell, and I say that with my full chest. She is going to rot in hell. There's no way that. And I hope she has a eventful time in prison. Yeah, I do. Moving on. Keke Palmer and her boyfriend / father of her child Darius have called it quits on their relationship. I gave them 6 months. They said, I'm gonna show you. We're gonna give you 6 hours. And they literally, as I recorded the show, I think the next day they broke up. I mean, there was never going to last when they've brought their relationship to Instagram and online and things like that, and everybody's chiming in, everybody has an opinion. When you do stuff like that, it's only downwards from there. There was no way it was going to last when you've put your business out on social media. People are speaking about it. It's all over the blogs. People are talking about it in podcasts. It's just too much pressure. It's very sad, especially when children are involved. It's very, very difficult. I definitely think it could have been avoided had Darius had a conversation with her behind closed doors, and then they could have spoke about it. She could have just said, oh babe, I didn't know you were bothered by it, you know, I'll be a bit more mindful next time, XYZ. I just feel like this could have been avoided. It seemed like they really loved each other, and when there is third party talk in your relationship, more than likely it's gonna go south. And I think this is a clear example. Keep your relationship out of the blogs. Keep your relationship off the internet. You know, it's okay to be private about your relationship. It's very unfortunate, especially because they just have a new child. They're still newly broken up, so anything can happen. I think when you break up with your partner, you still have about a couple months to kind of like rectify it. So they still have time to fix it if they want to. I just feel sorry for the child. But then I guess celebrities are different. Us commoners cannot be comparing ourselves to celebrities. It's very, very different, because let's take Erykah Badu for instance. That woman has 3 baby fathers by 3 elite men. You know, so she can move on very quickly, find a new man, and be booed up. But I'm just here to report the news. They have broken up, like I predicted. This week's shout out of the week goes to none other than Stormzy. I don't know why I did that. It's so off brand, but you know. Stormzy had his This Is What I Mean festival on Friday just gone, and he done an amazing job performing and everything. I was only there for about an hour. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I didn't have the best time. Reason being, I went by myself. And normally I go places by myself and I have an amazing time, but I think that I was in a mood. I had just finished work and I just wasn't in the mood to go, but because I had paid nearly £100 for that ticket, you best believe your bottom's ass and going. Do you know what I mean? So I went to this festival, but I was already in a bad mood, and then it started raining, and although it looks absolutely phenomenal here, I was not in the mood to be rained on. So it was a big no from me, but nonetheless, I got a big up Stormzy. I absolutely love him. I love everything he stands for. I love the fact that he's such an amazing person, and yeah, like I'm always rooting for him, so I've got to give him the shout out of the week. Bigger and better, you know, and more festivals to come, more money, more life, more everything. A big up you, Stormzy. And oh, and before I go, yeah, he's got his song, Let the Rain Fall on My Enemies. Let the rain fall on my enemies. Literally, when he started saying that, it started raining. Like, literally. As soon as he started saying, let the rain fall on my enemies, that rain, it fell on the enemies. Even to the point where I was like, are we the enemy? Why is it raining on us? Because it was chucking down with rain. Anyways, well done, Stormzy. Bigger and better to come. Welcome to this part of the show called Ask Auntie Midday, where I will be solving all your dilemmas. I say this every single time. I ain't got all the answers. But as a grown, sophisticated, fly, beautiful woman, I have experienced life. And I do have some answers. And I'm going to try and help you. Okay? First question. I've been seeing this guy, and he hasn't really been straightforward with me. I'm not really sure what to do. He invited me over to his house, and I reluctantly went. And when I got there, he decided that it was his moment to try it with me. I was so disgusted and embarrassed. But he apologized profusely and said that it would never happen again. I do like him, but I feel a bit violated. What should I do? I'm going to start by saying men will always be audacious and they will always try their luck. It's their nature. They're just always going to try. I think the first mistake was going to his house. I think that if you guys are dating and still getting to know each other, I just think in the beginning stages, it's best to just not go to each other's houses. I have learned that the hard way. Trust me. I don't invite anybody to my house anymore, and I don't go to anybody's house if we're dating, because just don't put yourself in the line of temptation. Don't put yourself in a situation that you know you're going to wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, damn it. Why did I let him come over? Why did I go there? Why did I do that? Why did I, you know what I mean? Just avoid those type of situations by all cost. I think a problem that a lot of humans have is that we think we're above temptation. You're not. You are not. Okay? You are not above temptation. No matter how much willpower you think you have, it's better to just not put yourself in that situation. So just don't go and don't invite people over. That was the first mistake in this situation. The second thing I would say, and I'm going to relay it back to my initial introductory point, men are audacious. They're always going to try. I think they're going to test the boundaries. They're like babies. They're going to test what they can and cannot get away with. So even if he's invited you over and he's like, let me see what she's on. Let me see how far I can go with her. Let me see what she allows me to do. They're children. And that's what children do. So when you're dealing with these guys, regardless of how mature, how nice, how amazing they present themselves, always remember, men are audacious. Men will test the boundaries. Men are stupids. You heard it from me, and I'm not taking it back. In that situation, he's going to try. He's going to see what he can get away with. He's going to try and see, this girl, I invited her over to my house. She hasn't refused. All right. Let me see what I can get up to. Let me see what I can get away with. I'm sorry that you felt violated. I'm sorry that you were disgusted. I'm sorry that he invaded your space and whatnot. He apologized. I think that's a good start. I love the fact that he's apologized. I do think everybody's entitled to a second chance. That's my motto in life. You don't have to follow it, but for me personally, I think everyone's entitled to a second chance. If you've kind of told him that I don't appreciate that, that's not how I roll, that's not what I want, and he's apologized and said it won't happen again, then I think it's okay to give him another chance and kind of like, now you've set your boundaries. I'm not coming to your house. You're not coming to my house. Let's meet in an open space. Let's get to know each other more before we kind of go down the realm of intimacy. Then yeah, if you like him, then continue seeing him, I would say. But just make sure you stick to your boundaries. And always remember, my final word of the day, men are audacious and will always try their luck. Yeah? But good luck on your dating journey. I'm wishing you all the best, and hopefully he fixes up and behaves himself. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, any other dilemmas that you would like me to answer, I think the best place to get me would be on TikTok DMs or Instagram DMs. So you can either message me at the Midday Show Official, or you can message me on TikTok, midday_oni92_. Yeah? Well, that's it for Ask Auntie Midday. Beautiful people, the show has come to an end. I hope you guys had an amazing time. I hope you guys have enjoyed the gist. You guys have enjoyed Ask Auntie Midday, the shout out of the week, outfit check. I hope you have enjoyed it all. Guys, please comment below. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to send it to your friends and family. And let's grow this platform and become the greatest talk show in the UK. Let's get it, baby. But you guys have an amazing week. And stay blessed. Purr.